Hypothesis. Content. Meaning of hypothesis. Needs of hypothesis. Types of hypothesis. Formulation of hypothesis. 5 basic steps of hypothesis. Meaning of hypothesis. A hypothesis is a suggested solution for an unexplained occurrence that does not fit into current accepted scientific theory. The basic idea of a hypothesis is that there is no predetermined outcome. A hypothesis is used to determine the relationship between two variables, which are the two things that are being tested. A research hypothesis is a statement of expectation or prediction that will be tested by research. What are the needs of hypothesis? It helps to provide link to the underlying theory and specific research question. It helps in data analysis and measure the validity and reliability of the research. It provides a basic or evidence to prove the validity of the research. Do we always need a hypothesis? No, it is not a must to have hypothesis in all quantitative research. Descriptive studies do not need hypothesis. However, RCT and experimental studies require having hypothesis, and when we want to use inferential statistics, also we need. What are the types of hypothesis? Simple hypothesis, complex hypothesis, working or research hypothesis, null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis, logical hypothesis, statistical hypothesis. Simple hypothesis. A simple hypothesis predicts the relationship between two variables, the independent variable and the dependent variable. Example: drinking sugary drinks daily leads to obesity. Second example: smoking cigarettes daily leads to lung cancer. Complex hypothesis. Complex hypothesis is that one in which a relationship among variables exists. In this type, dependent and independent variable are more than two. Examples: if I replace the battery in my car, then my car will get better gas mileage. Second example: if I eat more vegetables, then I will lose weight faster. Working or research hypothesis. A working hypothesis is a hypothesis that is provisionally accepted as a basic for further research in the hope that a tentable theory will be produced, even if the hypothesis ultimately fails. Example, how a fish diet can benefit us, but it is becoming more and more likely as research proceeds. Null hypothesis. The null hypothesis is a typical statistical theory which suggests that no statistical relationship and significance exist in a set of given single observed variable between two sets of observed data and measured phenomena. Example, a gambler may be interested in whether a game of chance is fair. Alternative hypothesis. An alternative hypothesis is one in which a difference between two or more variables is anticipated by the researchers. That is, the observed pattern of the data is known due to a chance occurrence. The concept of the alternative hypothesis is a central part of a formal hypothesis testing. Example, there was a chance in the water level this spring. Statistical hypothesis. A statistical hypothesis is a hypothesis concerning the parameters or form of the probability distribution for a designated population or populations, or more generally of a probabilistic mechanism which is supposed to generate the observations. Logistical hypothesis. A logistical hypothesis is a proposed explanation possessing limited evidence. Generally, you want to turn a logical hypothesis into an empirical hypothesis, putting your theories or postulations to the test. Formulation of hypothesis. A hypothesis is a tentative statement of a proposition which the researcher seeks to prove. It basically a concentrate generalization. Of course, this generalization requires essential characteristics that pertain to an entire class of phenomena. Formulating a hypothesis requires a specific, testable, and predictable statement driven by theoretical guidance or prior evidence. A hypothesis can be formulated in various research designs. Given that a hypothesis predicts a relationship, its formulation often requires the use of theory or prior evidence. 5 basic steps of hypothesis. Define variables. At first, with a view to formulating a hypothesis, you must define your variable. What do you want to test? Will you test that rewards increase reading achievement or rewards decrease reading achievement? Whatever your goals are, they need to be clearly defined, quantifiable, and measurable. This will provide you with a clear idea of what to follow to achieve results. Study in depth the variables. If we do think that your variables are rewards and achievements, then you need to intensely study how rewards increase reading achievements. An in-depth study, rigorous questions, and data of rewards. Increased reading achievements will make you able to confirm your hypothesis. Specify dependent and independent variables. Specify the nature of relationship. Then identify the relationship that exists between the variables. What variable influence the others? That is, what is the dependent variable and what is the independent variable? How rewards impact achievements? If reward plays a key role in reading achievements, then rewards is the independent variable. Identify study population. The population in research, we mean the entire group of individuals is going to study. If you want to test how rewards increase reading achievements in the United Kingdom, you need not study the whole population of the United Kingdom because the total population does not involve in reading achievements. Therefore, the researcher must identify the study population. Make sure variables are testable. Variables in your hypothesis must be testable. Otherwise, the hypothesis would be worthless because your research study must accept or reject a variable. So, variable you must need to test. Testable variables can only be accepted or rejected. Moreover, the sole aim of a research hypothesis is to test variables in the long run. Thank you.